where I asked, ayun po, the FDA Director General, and I still have the list of the same products na binibenta pa rin po sa Shopee at Lazada, yung mga products na sinasabi ng FDA, Mr. President, na warning, huwag tangkilikin ang produktong ito dahil mapanganib sa kalusugan sapagkat hindi sila FDA registered and approved. So since the President, ang FDA.
Mr. President, I asked, well, the DOH, the one replying is the FDA deputy, no? Your deputy, what's your name? Tabakin. So Deputy Director Tabakin is responding to His Honor's queries. So they have this takedown step, and it starts with a letter. And they have issued those letters on November 7 to Shopee, Lazada, TikTok, Carousel. And I said, what is the response after these takedown letters were sent? Wala pa daw sagot, which is very disappointing because November 7, these platforms would ignore a government takedown order for 19 days. So in any case, Mr. President, so I asked the next step, what normally happens when this, I would think you would expect a response in 2 days, in 3 days, because it's government who's writing to you. So FDA has already informed DTI of this step that they have taken, and they with itong mga bawal na mga vapes, yung gumagamit ng mga cartoons, bawal yan under our law. DTI immediately issues the takedown, sumusunod. So, apparently, may takot sila sa DTI, pero sa FDA, wala silang takot. Yes, but yun nga, they are now coordinating with DTI. Pero sayang, kasi we just took up the budget of DTI. Sana natanong natin si DTI kung when we complain about those, para I can give His Honor a response, because this is very disappointing to hear that it's still up there. President, His Honor has a very good point. However, if you go to the office of Shopee, Lazada, and the rest, wala ang stock na yan doon kasi they are online platforms. So, yung ability ng ating FDA cannot be implemented. In fact, for online seizures, they do not do it this way. They really coordinate with, well, now nga, with DTI also, because DTI is the one that has been working on the takedown of these products on these online platforms, Mr. President.
So therefore, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President, it's up to the FDA to coordinate closely with DTI
Yes.
na para ma-take down itong mga products na sinasabi nilang bawal. Pero,
Yes.
Mr. President, marami akong mga binanggit during the last hearing. Meron mga na-take down. Pero ang lumilitaw dito sa akin, selective lang yung tinitake down nila. In fact, 2 or 3 were taken down since the last hearing. Ang masama nito, itong mga mas delikado pa ang hindi tinitake down tulad niyang glutathione collagen glow. Meron na pong na-discuss yung bata dyan na ospital at naging malubak.
Po yung gummies, no?
Ay,
The one you brought up
sorry,
before, yung gummies, so
Yes,
it's very
sorry.
attractive to children, no?
Gummies. And
Yes.
then another one pa, ito pong Hokkaido Slimming Pills, it contains amphetamine.
Wow.
Amphetamine, ito po yung kasama doon sa
Itong Hokkaido, can you give me a response kung ito nabigyan na rin ng takedown order? Mr. President, while we're waiting for the response on the status of these Hokkaido pills, I would also like to share that I had wanted to ask, normally what DTI would tell us when we bring up these kind of instances to them, and again, as I said, these are usually in the cases of itong mga bawal na vapes. Pag take down ng isang company, magtatayo lang naman ng bagong company para magbenta, no, on their platform. But you know, Mr. President, in the time now that there is AI, it is so easy. Para nga sa staff natin, isang click lang yun, makikita mo kung sino nagbebenta. With AI, it's so easy to alert the platform that these products that were already deemed not fit for human consumption should immediately be banned from their platform. Hindi na kailangan na mag-antay pa sila ng takedown. Napaka immoral na, no? Hindi lang illegal, immoral na yung ginagawa nila because yun nga, and I don't even think it needs any sophisticated AI. It's so easy to detect what are those products that have already been flagged. They should not be there. So I'm with His Honor on this one. His Honor can rest assured na itong mga products na that he has brought to our attention, isasama ko po ito sa kasama ng listahan ko ng mga vapes na ifa-follow up natin ang sunod-sunod para kung kailangan araw-araw ma-remind na wala yan sa mga platform, gagawin po natin yan. But do I have an answer regarding Hokkaido?
Check the Hokkaido's name kasi it's an office. Products.
Itong
Unregistered products. Baka isa doon yung...
na inano nyo, na pinatake down nyo, or... Okay, sige. So, Mr. President, according to the Deputy Director, they have 850 products that they are monitoring that are unsafe or violate their FDA standards in any way, including registration. So they're checking now if Hokkaido is included in that list and will give us the status of what they've done about it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yung hearing po, yung nakita yung sa video, I think it was conducted on October 1. Pero sabi po kanina ng FDA, Mr. President, November 7 lang nagpadala ng letter sa online. So it took them more than a month to just send a letter to different online platforms.
This is after the hearing, no, Mr. President?
Yeah, the hearing
that is
happened
his honors reference, right?
October 1.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
nag-hearing
Madam
tayo ng October 1.
And then
Ano bang ginawa niyo since
after
then?
1 month pa lang pinadala yung sulat. So napakabagal, Mr. President. And every single day, tinatangkilik, nganib sa inyong kalusugan.
Mr. President, according to the Deputy Director, they had a change in leadership and he just came in October, so it took a while for them to, this is not the only action that they've taken. So they were able to release these takedown orders not as quickly as they normally would, but we have their assurance that in the future, if we call them, of course there is a process to be observed. Pagka ganito ba na just to help the public understand, no, itong Hokkaido slimming pills, as early as 2014, there was already a notice from FDA, notice to the public health warning against the use of banned or unregistered slimming or anti-obesity products sold in outlets or offered online. At kasama dito po si Hokkaido, may picture pa nga siya 2014 pa lang. So that notice is there. So if you would see that the product is available online, wala na kayong gagawin. You just have to verify that this is the same product that you've issued a notice for. Tanggal na kaagad, di ba? Within the day.
2014.
2014
So
pa, sir.
more than 10 years na, hanggang ngayon, pa rin
Yeah,
na
yung
take
pinakita
down.
yung product pink, no?
Wow.
Yung pink. Pakita natin kay, we can ask the page to show Senator Tulfo itong picture to be sure it's the same.
11 years.
It looks the same.
Ah,
Oo. So as I said, Mr. President, madali sa kanila yung physical stores. Doon daw, nakakuha sila, naka-raid na sila dyan. Pero yung online, yan yung medyo problema kasi pasulput-sulput yung. Ayan, it's the same, Mr. President.
we have the actual product, Mr. President.
Hindi pwedeng answer yun. They have a responsibility.
Saan nakalagay yung kayo?
No, pero sa
ito yung gamit, yung Hokkaido. Ba't ko nang tatak dito? Oh, that's the Hokkaido, Mr. President, I'm talking about. So that's the same product na sabi ng FDA kanina na 11 years na nila at pinagbabawal yan. 11 years na nasa advisory nila, warning na huwag tangkilikin. Up to now, after 11 years, hindi pa rin natitake down at pinapabayaan lang po ng FDA na tuloy lang ang pagbebenta nito sa merkado, Mr. President. So, for me, tama lang talaga yung sabi ng ARTA na ang the most complaint agency in the Philippines is FDA. And for me, one of the most corrupt agency in the Philippines is FDA, and I'll tell you why later, Mr. President. Ayan po, nangunguna sa most complaint agencies according to ARTA. FDA number 1, LTO number 2. And a good example, Mr. President,
Yeah.
Ito,
Just to add
yes
to the
po.
discussion, Mr. President, because I was chairman of the Committee on Health for 9 years, from 2004 to 2013. And at that point, we had asked on behalf of DOH and FDA that they would be able to retain their funds, especially after we passed their new law, no, creating the FDA, kasi dati BFAD yan eh. And they are allowed actually, Mr. President, but they must present a 5-year development plan. So when I inquired during the hearing for this year's budget, itong 5-year development plan, kasi nga may new leadership this year, they are in the process of finalizing that, and that would allow them access to more funds to be able to implement their mandate more efficiently, Mr. President. So I believe that they have recognized their shortcomings in terms of all these backlogs, their delayed responses, and they're assuring us, Mr. President, that they are addressing this and that the submission of this development plan will also help them improve their services, Mr. President.
thank you for that answer, Madam Sponsor. So, ano po yung game plan ng FDA para once and for all magawa nila yung trabaho nila, yung mandato nila para yung sinabi nilang huwag tangkilikin because they issued an advisory ay maisakatuparan nila nang sa gayon magiging safe na ang public from consuming products that are not fit for human consumption, Mr. President.
So they are now in the process of working with DTI, and they will execute a MOA so that they can work more efficiently with DTI, because as was mentioned, it's DTI that coordinates with these platforms. I think they have a lot of dealings with these platforms. So maybe yung relationship nila mas efficiently nagkakaroon ng sagot, kasi nga the fact na almost 20 days has passed and these platforms did not even think of responding. I think that poses a big problem. Can you open it again? And they also have, Mr. President, would his honor like to hear it, yung response nila regarding their being at the top of the list of most complaints with ARTA. Would his honor want to hear what they intend to do about that?
Yes,
So
Madam
basically, they have been coordinating with ARTA to help them have a more focused approach to these complaints, and they've created a frontline service through FDA Action Center where complaints can be received, increasing also their manpower by completely filling up the plantilla positions that will help improve their output. Expanding manpower by securing NOSCA,
It's NOSCA.
the items, specific items, for additional 125 personnel. Increase the speed of the online service with zero downtime. I'd just like to put on record, for the past 2 decades, me and my brothers have businesses that sometimes require FDA clearance, at yung kapatid ko naiiyak na dahil pag weekend off yung online, Mr. President. Off yung website. Sabi niya, ate, paano saan ka nakakita ng online na off? Online na nga yan, off pa. You cannot even, so if you're working, and a lot of entrepreneurs work 24/7, you will send some requirements online, off siya pag hindi office hours. Ang sinagot sa amin doon, they are under maintenance. Pero sabi nung kapatid ko, ilang buwan ng under maintenance kasi ilang buwan ng hindi accessible yon pag hindi 9 to 5. So, nakakaiyak naman talaga, just to share na I have information also on this. Ano pang idadagdag ko doon? According to them, Mr. President, dun sa 599 complaints, 570 have already been acted upon and are now marked as closed in the ARTA database. The remaining 29 are still undergoing assessment and review for proper classification if within ARTA's jurisdiction or not. So sige, but kahit naman outside of ARTA's jurisdiction, my comment lang naman is, as a government office, you still have to respond to that and still have to resolve the issue on hand, di ba? It may not be covered by the specific days, no, that ARTA requires, but it still has to be resolved.
Thank you, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President. Gusto ko po hain ng challenge sa FDA for the second time kasi noong October 1st, nagbigay ako ng challenge sa FDA, and this is the second challenge I'll give FDA. What if my office or Rafi Tulfo in Action mapatake down yan in 1 week or less yung mga product na sinasabi ng FDA ay huwag tangkilikin, pero ang sabi ng FDA mahirap nilang patanggalin. Paano kung kaya kong pantanggalin yan in less than a week? Would the FDA director willing to resign? Or Director General?
Well, wala po dito si Director General.
How about if I'll tell the Secretary? Will you tell your Director General of the FDA, kung pa-take down ko mga yon na pinakita ko in 1 week, will you ask him to resign? Challenge taken.
Secretary said
Kasi
yes.
lumilitaw na inutil po yung Director General. Kaya nga po paulit-ulit napapalitan po yung mga Director General ng FDA. In fact, I was one of the reason many years ago na napatanggal ko ang isang FDA director dahil for this same problem, Mr. President, because of the corruption, rampant corruption dyan po sa nangyari sa FDA. Mr. President, so with the Secretary would agree with me na kapag napatake down ko po yan, na sila hindi na kayang patake down for 11 years, kung mapatake down ko yan in 1 week, can the Secretary ask the FDA Director General to resign? Dahil inutil siya.
Sumagot na po ng yes si
Yes.
Secretary, Mr.
Thank you.
President.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sobrang thank you. Okay. Now,
May question po ako. Kasama po yung holiday. Kasi November 30. Mabuti ng maayos kasi baka ako mag-mediator
okay,
dito.
less holiday. Less po ng holiday. Wala working days lang.
Okay. Sige. Yung
Working
Pasay
days
Day. Kasi tayo holiday, Pasay Day, sila hindi. Papatawa lang po ako.
Thank you, Mr. President. Basta't working days na lang. Kasi yung Shopee hindi naman sa Pasay, Mr. President.
Tsaka yung FDA nasa Alabang.
Nasa Alabang po, Mr. President. Okay, thank you, Madam Sponsor. Thank you, Mr. President, for that. I have a few more questions. Magkano po yung budget ng FDA, Mr. President?
So the total appropriation, Mr. President, is 1.2 137 billion.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Sponsor. Pwede hong makakuha ng breakdown kasi ang pagkakaintindi ko,